Well, this is the After Sessions. I'm Emma, and I'm here with Lily Agnès. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Good.
Thanks so much for coming to the studio.
No worries.
How did the music thing start for you?
I mean, I've always been like singing for like a really well since I was like a little kid, and then started writing when I was like 14. And the songs probably weren't that good, but I thought they were really amazing, but they probably weren't that good. And then was actually going to go and do like musical theatre at uni, and then had like a sort of midlife crisis, and then now I'm doing music at ICMP. But yeah, always been writing, always been singing.
Can we rewind a little bit?
Yeah.
Because I don't know many 14-year-olds that sit there and write songs.
I mean, they probably do, they just don't admit to it. I was sort of a humble bragger. I was just, oh yeah, I write songs, you know.
So were you that kid that were inside writing songs when all your friends were playing outside?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've always like been like, music has always been my like favourite thing ever. So, I mean, yeah, the songs I was writing when I was 14 weren't like, you know, revolutionary. They were probably just about boys and boring things. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, as long as I can remember, the music's been the only thing. Yeah, for sure.
Cool. And you've played loads of gigs, especially around London.
I have. I've tried.
Have you got a favourite London venue?
I think it's probably the Hospital Club. Yes. Just because the sound there is just unbelievable. Like the way that they can make the music sound is like, it's crazy. It's really,
I heard
really
that they recorded a Radiohead album in there.
Did they?
I think so. And
I didn't know that.
I reckon that's why the acoustics are so good, because it used to be a studio. So
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, wow, you learn something new every day.
Random facts of the day.
Yeah.
You've also recently hit 10,000 streams on your Spotify.
Yeah, I mean, well, 40,000 now.
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
Mental.
It's gone up.
Yes, so good. As an artist now that like streaming is, I guess, the main form of consuming music.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you've had to change your tactics?
I don't know. I think it's been like that for quite a while. Yeah. So I think I wouldn't be able to have that on Spotify if music wasn't the way it is today. So, I mean, I paid $5.99 to have that on streaming platform, and now it's got like 40,000 streams, which is amazing. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I think I prefer it how it is now, because it means that smaller artists can kind of build up their own sort of empire rather than have to get signed and then it's like a big faff. But you can do it all on your own, and it's really organic, and I really like that. Is
it quite scary to think that 40 people have heard your music?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But it's also amazing because on Spotify you can get the if you go on your Spotify for Artists page, you can see whereabouts in the world your track's being listened to.
That's really cool.
So it's in like quite big in Australia, and like it went into the Netherlands, and then there were some just all across like Southeast Asia, and it just went like everywhere. And I was like, it's a bit mental that my song, like, I don't know who's playing it. I obviously like it because it's doing all right.
Someone playing it on repeat.
Yeah, yeah. I think a few of my friends did that actually, just to like get it up the numbers a little bit. Oh. They just did it to be nice. Just had it on loop overnight, and I was like, kind of defeats the point, but thanks anyway.
Let's talk about the debut single, Year or Two.
Yeah.
When was that released? That
was released on the 26th of October 2018.
Amazing. And what's that all about?
Year or Two is about it's kind of me being a little bit sarcastic, and about seeing a load of people who I know being in relationships, and me finding someone, you know, who I think might be that for me, and then having them be like, I don't know, maybe in a year or two. And I'm just, okay, well, guess not. So it's kind of about me sort of being self-indulgent and being like, I'm so alone, but not in a sad way, in a sort of sarcastic, jazzy, happy way. That's a bit, yeah, you know, it's about being on your own and being okay with it, I think. I wish I could say, remember that time when we got drunk and danced till sunrise. I wish I was made to feel like someone who's in love, but it's no surprise that somehow I've fallen so deep inside my own head. All that I want is someone inside my bed, asking myself, am I good, am I bad, am I going mad? But maybe in a year or two I'll meet you, I'll meet you. Tell myself you'll be here soon, and I'll see you, I'll see you. Endless hours of DVDs and restless sleep and dreams of you and I. Most of my days are spent alone with no one home, and I wonder why somehow I've fallen so deep inside my own head. I pick apart the little things that I've said. Do I try too hard, or should I try harder? I wish I was smarter. Well, maybe in a year or two I'll meet you, I'll meet you. Tell myself you'll be here soon, and I'll see you, I'll see you. Yeah. It's pretty different from the outside looking in, when complicated conversations begin. Try to explain, but I don't know what's happening this time. It's hard. So maybe in a year or two I'll meet you, I'll meet you. Tell myself you'll be here soon, and I'll see you, I'll see you. Oh, maybe in a year or two I'll meet you, I'll meet you. Oh, tell myself you'll be here soon, 'cause there's nothing that I can do till I meet you.
The Alpha Sessions.
Would you say most of your inspiration for your music comes on like real life situations? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think a lot of the people, especially at uni, with other writers, you kind of learn that a lot of people don't write from personal experience. But I was like, oh, I don't have the sort of, I mean, I'd say I've got like a kind of wide imagination to be able to write, sort of tell a story about my own experience, but to be able to write from like making it up completely is something I can't do. So yeah, definitely from personal experience, for sure.
And your uni stuff, is that equipping you with things to, I guess, practice in the music business?
Oh, absolutely.
And write and all that? Do you find that really useful? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we get so I study at ICMP, which is in Kilburn. It's a music college, and it like you're encouraged to co-write, and you're encouraged to we recently last year had one of our modules was about marketing and monetizing your music, and like the world of business in music rather than like the sort of like creative part of the music industry. And we kind of had like 6 weeks of lectures about like, this is how to get money and and, you know, kind of real life stuff. So absolutely, yeah, it's a really, really good course that sets you up for the real world.
So how long's the course?
3 years.
Okay, so I guess the idea is when you get to the end, you're ready to...
Exactly, yeah, they prep you and they kind of just let you run free and be terrified and be like, what do I do now? I don't know what to do. Yeah, so yeah, it's good. It's really good.
And the recording process of Year or Two, was that all recorded in one go? How does that work?
Well, that was actually there's some bits of that were from a project that I had to do for uni in my first year, which was, I'd never, ever, ever used this a production software on Apple called Logic. Yeah. And loads of people use it, like big producers use it as well. And we had to download it, and we had production classes, and we had to take one of our songs and produce it over a certain period of time and then hand it in. And so that was my attempt at doing that. Isn't the finished project, but like a lot of the stuff from that was taken into a studio over the course of 2 days. I work with a really great producer called Lewis Takuri, who's in third year at ICMP. He's a really, really cool guy. And then I brought the track to him, and then we kind of stripped away all the rubbish stuff, added loads of new stuff in, and it happened pretty quickly. It was kind of like a 2-day job.
Did you have an idea of what you wanted it to sound like before you started?
Yeah. I think because I'd worked on it for so long by myself, and I didn't have the abilities myself to do what I wanted to do to bring it to life. I got as close to as I did, but it still wasn't that great. And then brought it to him, and he had kind of vision for it, and he just brought it to life, and I was like, this is awesome.
Was it a case of going, I want it to sound like this?
I think so. I think I like to work in I like a more collaborative process, so I like to be like, what are your ideas? Like, chuck some ideas in, I'll chuck some ideas in, and, you know, I don't like being like, oh, you need to do this and you need to do that. I've got, you know, because then it doesn't feel like it's being created in a sort of, I don't know, real way. It's just kind of like me ordering someone around, which is, you know, great, but also like doesn't really work as far as like, I don't know, I just prefer to be a little bit more collaborative. So yeah, it was a joint process for sure.
Speaking of collaborations, if you collaborate with anyone in the world, who would that be?
Oh my goodness, it's got to be Lily Agnès. She's just like the best human ever. She's my big inspiration. Do
you find that you get a little bit of, what's the word? You're inspired or influenced by artists like that? Because you can hear it a bit in your voice.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I heard Lily Agnès when I was like 16, and she's just amazing. She needs to release her third album now because it's been like too long. But yeah.
If you're listening, Leanne.
Get it out right now. We're all waiting. Yeah, no, she's amazing. Yeah, and she's got that really sort of soulful, jazzy thing about her that I mean, I don't want to rip her off, but, you know, she's definitely a big influence for me, for sure.
Anyone else?
Oh God, I'm really into Phoebe Bridgers at the moment. Ooh. She's amazing. She writes the most wonderful songs. I really like Sam Fender. He's he's completely different to me. Like, he does like indie rock, and he's a really great lyricist. Oh my God, I don't know. Loads of people. I love Lennon Stella. She's a really great.
I didn't know that.
Lennon Stella, she's amazing.
Okay, I'll check that out.
She's really cool.
So you and Leanne you're doing this collaboration.
Oh God, the dream.
The dream.
The dream.
Where would it be? Which venue?
Oh,
where in the world?
Can I pick any?
Any in the world. Go for it.
I mean, probably maybe the O2 Academy in Brixton. Ooh. Just because that's like a bit of a staple.
Yep.
And it's not too big and it's not too small, and like I really like how, if you're standing, you can still see the stage because the stage goes. I just really like that everybody can see everything. Yeah, it's a really cool venue. So nice. Probably there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll look out for that in the future.
Oh well, so do I. Let's hope.
It's gone way past 10. No more money left to spend. I could really use a friend. Strobe lights trace the room. Everyone ignores the gloom, lost amongst our favorite tunes. When your blue jeans caught my attention and some other things I cannot mention, I was looking at you trying to work you out. And I don't care, I'll take my chances and I'll do it all for brief romances. And I know you think it makes me vulnerable, but I'm in control. I'm in control. Thought you ought to know that I'm in control. 5 minutes of fun and a number that I'll never call, 'cause it don't mean a thing at all. Sealed off with a kiss, nothing more than momentary bliss. I knew it would end up like this. When your blue jeans caught my attention and some other things I cannot mention, I was looking at you trying to work you out. And I don't care, I'll take my chances and I'll do it all for brief romances. And I know you think it makes me vulnerable, but I'm in control. I'm in control. Thought you ought to know that I'm in control. something more exciting than love and drugs and drinks that overspill. I know that the look in my eyes is so inviting. You and I are living for cheap thrills. I know I should long for something more exciting than love and drugs and drinks that overspill. I know that the look in my eyes is so inviting. You and I are living for cheap thrills, yeah. And your blue jeans caught my attention, and some other things I cannot mention. I was looking at you, trying to work you out, and I don't care. I'll take my chances, and I'll do it all for brief romances. And I know you think it makes me vulnerable, but I'm in control. I'm in control. Thought you ought to know that I'm in control.
The Alpha Sessions.
We spoke about this a little bit off air. You've got a pretty busy year coming up.
Yes.
What's next for Lily Agnès?
How
much can you tell us?
I mean, I'm not anything special, so I can tell you everything if you want. But if it gets leaked, it's not some big scandal, so it's okay. I'm currently working on an EP.
Ooh.
And then I've got a release date for that. I think that's going to come out sometime in July. Just because I released a year or two, and then was actually going to go into the production of the second single, and then kind of came to a bit of a stop with that because I was just having a bit of a creative meltdown. It wasn't great, but it's okay. We're okay now. So I've kind of linked up with a couple of guys from my band who are amazing.
Hang on, rewind. You have a band?
I do have a band.
I did not know this was a thing.
Yes, I do. Yeah, very, very new.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've got a keys player, bassist, drummer, guitarist, and a couple of BVs from uni.
And these are the guys from uni?
Yeah. Well, I met the guitarist at a gig. I was supporting one of my friends, Elijah Miller. He did a gig in Bedford, and his bassist is now my guitarist. So I met him at that gig. So yeah, musicians linking up. They all go to BIM. So we had a rehearsal there the other day. I felt like a total traitor at ICMP because I'm on the wrong grounds here, guys. Really cool band. So I linked up with them, and gonna do some EP stuff with them. So it's
what was that like? Because your songs are quite personal.
Yeah.
So having to share them with the outside world, and particularly your band, is that a trust thing?
I think so. I think it's probably nothing's as daunting as the person who it's about hearing the song. Okay. That's probably the most terrifying thing which has happened to me. More in the room, them listening to the song.
Did they figure it out?
Yeah, and it's just this sort of everyone's a big elephant in the room. Everybody knows this about you. Oh God, I wrote it. So I mean, I don't really know. I think if someone's passionate about your music and is passionate about like the guys in the band are, I hope. If they don't like the music, then they're doing me a favour, so it's okay. I think if someone's passionate about it, they can kind of empathise with it and relate to it. So, and I'm quite an open person, so I should probably be a little bit more sort of protective of my emotions. But I'm here, have my brain, what I'm thinking. I should probably be more cautious of that, but I'm not. So, okay.
No, I think that's good.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Open like a book.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Nice. So recording the EP, which I found yesterday meant extended play.
Yes.
I feel like that's changed my world.
Yeah. and I think LP, which is an album, means long play.
Ah.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. That could be wrong.
I think you're right.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's right.
So I imagine with a new EP comes lots of gigs.
Yeah, I hope so.
Cool.
I hope so. Yes. Nice. I've got a couple coming up in March.
Exciting.
Yeah, so that's going to be cool. First gigs with the band. That's going to be really exciting.
So are we rehearsing those at the moment?
Well, we had our first rehearsal yesterday.
Ooh,
so we haven't actually. It was really good.
Yeah.
Everyone was a bit late because of the snow, but we kind of just ploughed through. And
fun.
I think no, exactly. There we go. I think it was a bit surreal to hear because we started working on a year or two, and the drummer had sampled all the drums from the track, and then the guitarist was everyone was playing everything like it sounds. So it was just this really.
It was a bit surreal.
It was a bit weird. I was like, God, this is kind of my baby, and here it is, like
coming alive.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was really cool.
So are these going to be the people that you take to the studio to produce the EP with?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. I mean, I started, like yesterday was working on a song with the keys player and the guitarist. And Rasmus and Charlie, they have names. There we go.
They do exist.
They do exist. I promise. And we just spent the whole day at Charlie's flat because he's kind of got like a little tiny studio set up. It's not really like a proper studio, but it does the job. And it was amazing. It was really exciting to work with people who are super collaborative and excited about the music. So it's cool. It's really cool.
Cool. So we need to look out for you at gigs and for your EP this year.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That is a very busy year.
It's a little, well, I mean, yeah. And uni as well, so that'll be fun. Lots of essays. Back to reality. Yeah, so it's cool.
And if people want to find out more about you, where can they go? What can they do?
They can find me on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, all under the username Lily Agnès Music. That's it, across the board, just the one.
Cool.
For all of them, so it makes life easy.
Lily Agnès Music.
Lily Agnès Music, that's the one.
Thank you so much for coming in.
No worries, thank you for having me.
And we'll speak to you soon.
Thank you.
Late night, stare at the ceiling. Low light and voices are bleeding from the cracks and holes in the walls, from all of the damage you caused. I could not have predicted that I would get so addicted. I wore my heart on my sleeve. You thought it best that I leave. Tell me, is this hard for you? Show me that we bear the same wounds. Prove that you're hurting. You claim I'm deserving of this. You think I'm just a child. So my youth has driven you wild, and it's so unfair to think you're doing something kind when you throw me in the dark and leave me walking blind. Tell me, is this hard for you? Show me that we bear the same wounds. Prove that you're hurting. You claim I'm deserving of this. Now you confess your plan, but I can't understand, 'cause you never mentioned it before. You've left me with no choice, taking away my voice with my back against the wall.